What's up, guys? Welcome to Fake Guru. My name is Remy Scott. First of all, thank you for the 356 followers on Facebook. I'm humbled. So Fake Guru is a place where we talk about things that you're not an expert in, but if you listen in very closely, probably you could get away with something. And if you disagree with me, you are free to actually comment on my comment section and we have a discussion around it. It's also a way for me to create content as I work on my long-term journalistic content, which is which I normally tell stories of people. And recently I was watching a video by Jay Shetty. It was titled "Before You Waste Time, Watch This." It's a clickbait, but the first clickbait I actually liked because of the content that he was talking about. It was basically touching on time wastage, as the clickbait says. And I'm a culprit of not using time to its full potential as far as chasing my goals and actually completing tasks is concerned. When I was in high school, my first high school, I went to Bunango Boys High School. It's in Vihiga County. I was a bell ringer, and this role was so demanding because it was on me to wake people up in the morning at 5 a.m. In the days that I would delay, we used to have this physics teacher who was very, very extreme. It's called Mr. Kulali. Extreme in a loving way, of course. Mr. Kulali would come for us at the dorm and start beating people up so that we can wake up and go to preps. I can actually count the number of times I actually missed to wake people up because they were minimal compared to the number of days that I was consistent and wake people early in the morning. So it was on me to rather end lessons and start lessons during the day, to call people and remind them that it's lunchtime, it's break time, it's preps time, and that kind of thing. And what this did to me, it made me become very awake. There were those days when I could automatically, just subconsciously, ring the bell to end a lesson even before I looked at my time. Such was my accuracy. Fast forward after high school and university, and I'm such a poor time manager. I don't know how to manage time very well. Perhaps we should introduce a bell here and give me a role to be ringing a bell and reminding people, well, you guys, you should wake up, go to work. And so for over 2 weeks now, I've been applying some techniques learned from some of my favorite YouTubers, and Jay Shetty is among them, on how they manage their time during a day. So the first one is to stop multitasking. I used to think if I'm doing a lot of things at the same time, then I'm being productive. But that's not the case, as my deep research has actually uncovered for me. When I concentrate on various tasks at the same time, I end up being exhausted and I tap out. And then I declare myself lazy. But in real sense, I just had my focus and my energy extended over so many things. So the first lesson I've actually learned is to always focus on one thing. Finish one project, then go to the next, then go to the next, then go to the next. And that's how I've been applying my days for the last 2 weeks. It's not that I didn't know about this, it's just that these things you need to be reminded always, The other one is that you need to schedule your days. There is a huge reason as to why during our schooling days in campus, in high school, in primary school, we used to have timetables. These things were introduced to actually manage time within a school. And so when it comes to our real life, our own lives, not real, our own lives, we need to schedule our days from morning to evening. Plan everything, how everything should unfold. But I also like to leave some time for spontaneity and actually exploring and going for adventure maybe, and just letting things happen to me instead of me happening to things. Because when you make a schedule, it's you happening to things. And that always works for me. As a creative, I advise that. The other thing is that you need to lock out your distractions. Mine is watching movies. Like right now, I'm waiting for the House of the Dragons. I know it's going to be an amazing story. For me to manage time, what I have to do is I normally work on my computer most of the time. So I try as much as possible to ensure the computer I'm working on doesn't have movies on it. It doesn't have series, movies, music, or anything, so that I can focus on the task at hand. But while the movies are a distraction for me, you'll find from time to time as I work, my phone gets to really call me to attention. So I'm working, then I'm like this, I'm working, then I'm like this. Yeah, so those are my 3 ways on how I'm trying to manage time. If you found this useful, like below, comment, let's have a conversation with this, and also you can add me some more ways on how you manage your time. That's all from me, Fake Guru Remy Scott. Ciao, goodbye.